we're just going to talk briefly about hydration systems and the options that are available. And a number of bikes today come with a built-in hydration system. So, and in my opinion, some of them are really good. There's an awesome hydration system on the Ventum, which is the bike that Damien was riding in some of our videos. And there's some other hydration systems that are built into the front of bikes that, in my opinion, are just a bit of a miss. We talk specifically now about third-party hydration systems, and I've got a number of products here by Profile Design. They make a myriad of products that you can use at the front and the rear of the bike. My preferred option is to go with a single bottle at the front of the bike. This is my go-to. It's, in my opinion, it just makes the bike quicker, and I love the access at the front of the bike to have a bottle between my arms and be very easy to be able to take it out and slot it back in. So this is the kind of system that I put together myself. It's a Profile Design bracket and one of their side mount cages. I just think it's really easy to get this in and out. So it's my preferred and first place that I go with the bottle. And then you'll notice that I have a dual hydration system that sits behind my saddle. So I can carry 3 bottles at any one time. Look, I could put other bottles on the frame as well if I wanted to. I decide not to, particularly when I'm racing. When I'm training, it doesn't matter. But for race day, I want the dual system behind. I want 1 bottle in front. If I'm just doing a sprint distance race, I'm only using this bottle. If I'm doing an Olympic distance race, I might have a single bottle sitting behind me, and we have the ability here to transfer the bottle to the rear, rather than having the bottles on the side. And then if it's a half Ironman or an Ironman, I'm utilising all 3 bottles. So another type of hydration system here, again, it looks like a standard horizontal drink bottle, but obviously it's not. We can fill these bottles from the top, so generally what would happen is you'd be carrying some sort of nutrition on you, maybe in a concentrated form, squeeze it into the top of the bottle here, take water off the course, add that in, close the top off, and then you drink through this straw. Look, for me, I like the idea of having this sort of system, and I like the idea of the straw because it's a constant reminder to drink. But the bottle for me is just it's too small, and depending on the angle that you're riding or the angle you have this positioned at, and these can move around a little bit, I never seem to find that you can get to the bottom of the bottle. So if I was going to go with a system with a straw, I'd probably look at going with something like this, and I'll take you through. This particular system has some benefits, I believe, over something like this. So what I prefer about this drink system or hydration system over this one, well, physically the size. We can get a lot more liquid in here, so we're not constantly having to fill up. I find that you'll certainly be able to drink more out of this. You'll catch more of the liquid that you put in, number 2. Number 3, we can change the position of the straw. Here we're fixed. In this scenario, we can have the straw away from us, or we can bring it closer. These two just swap around. And there's an area here we can put, for storage if you want to put gels in or salt tablets or whatever else you might want to put in here. Now, the other benefit of this is the bracketing system. We can actually sit the drink system itself on top of our aero bars, or alternatively, we can flip this bracket around and then we sit it underneath. So you can see here the drink system is mounted on top of the aero bar extensions. Okay, and we'll drop it down underneath in a second, but there might be scenarios where the build of the bike allows for the bottle to come up a bit higher, or others where you want it to come down a bit lower. So there's a lot of flexibility in this. One thing I will say about this type of system, if you're riding in windy conditions and you're not game to take your arms away from the extensions, this is great to have the straw here. So, in conditions like Kona, or even somewhere like Cairns or Busselton where it's very windy and you don't feel that you're comfortable enough to take a bottle from the front, this is probably a good idea. And here you can see I've just reversed the bracket. Very, very simple to do. It took me a matter of seconds, and now we're sitting a lot lower so we can get this out of the wind. But again, it depends on the build of the bike. But as I said, there's a lot of flexibility with this system.